let's see. I had trouble coming out. Did you have any trouble getting out here? I had to hitchhike coming out here, and this guy stopped and picked me up, and he's driving an old beat-up Dodge, you know, with a bent frame, all rusted out, and kind of go down the freeway at an angle like that. The windshield on the right-hand side was missing, and the back seat was on fire. Well, I frankly was apprehensive about getting in, you know. The guy driving the car was wearing a cowboy hat and a hospital gown. But the thing that bothered me more than anything else, he was rolling the biggest joint I'd ever seen in my entire life. He was using Pampers, and, well, now we're having fun, aren't we? My name is Dave Letterman, and we got a minute or two. Let's go around the room and have each of you folks stand and introduce yourselves. And there's comedy everywhere, isn't there? I didn't have too good a luck with automobiles. I've been hitchhiking a lot, and I took mine in about a week ago for a tune-up. And the guy says, that'll be about $35. And then he says what they always say when you have your car worked on. He says, Mr. Letterman, is there a telephone number where we can get a hold of you today if we find anything else wrong with your car? They always do find something else wrong with your car, you know? The guy called me around noon. He says, yeah, Mr. Letterman, this is Carl down to the garage. Listen, I was resetting the buttons on your radio, and yeah, your engine exploded. Yeah, tore it up pretty bad, killed one of our boys. Now, that'll run you a little more than 30... I'm from Indiana. Do we have anybody from Indiana here? Are you really? Oh, yeah. I tell you, your tattoo is misspelled. They love that kind of stuff in Indiana. And I used to work for a TV station there, the Eyewitness News Station. Are you familiar with the concept of eyewitness news? What they try to do is make the news as funny as possible. And one day in Indianapolis, there were 3 murders. And the news director didn't think it would be too amusing to have the anchorman report all 3 murders back to back. So they gave one to the sportscaster to do. The guy was reading baseball scores at the time. Well, first in the National League, it was the Mets over the Braves 3-2. Reds got past the Cards 5-4, and the Dodgers murdered the Giants 9-0. Speaking of murders, looks like 45-year-old Eddie Poster won't be going out to the old ballpark anymore. He was gunned down last night during a liquor store holdup. Once again, final score. Liquor store 1, Eddie, nothing. Now on to golf. I like the local television editorials. They run a lot of them. And they always pretend to be so controversial. You know, TV 13 would like to take this opportunity to say that we are diametrically opposed to the practice of using orphans as yardage markers at driving ranges. It just dents their foreheads, and we're just sick of... I was watching the news tonight, and there's a couple interesting things. Remember the President Carter radio talk show a couple of months ago? He's going to do another one, and I think that's a good idea. The president gets on and talks to the country on the radio. The only problem is you get people who always call in local radio talk shows are now calling up and talking to the President of the United States, you know. Yeah, my name's DeWitt Farbler from Cairo, Illinois, and I'd like to ask you something, President Carter. Do you think a $6 million man could beat up Superman? Good question, DeWitt. There's an interesting thing on the news tonight about, they think one of the causes of crime in this country is now game shows. That's right, because people watch them, you know, and they get real greedy, and then they go out and commit crime. I think that could be true. About a month ago, I was in my bank. A guy runs in, holds it up, takes about 10 hostages, locks them in the vault. Then he said, all right, cops, listen up. I got 10 people in here. I'm going to read you a list of my demands. Play it safe and nobody gets hurt. First of all, I want a $50 gift certificate from the Spiegel Catalog Company. Spiegel, featuring over 50,000 quality gift items. Let's see. Do you like game shows? I think they're a lot better than they used to be. Being a comedian, I don't have anything to do during the day, and So I watch a lot of game shows. Saw one Tuesday afternoon, pretty exciting. The guy says, "All right, Mrs. Timmons, you've selected our most difficult category. Things that don't belong in potato salad." Here's how we play. I'll read you a list of ingredients. You tell me what doesn't belong in potato salad. You're the new Queen of England. Ready? Here we go! Take your time. Listen carefully. Potatoes, hard-boiled eggs, mayonnaise, machine gun bullets. I like all the television. Oh, this is exciting. I read this in the paper today. You know who Jimmy Walker is? Well, he's the star of Good Times. He's leaving Good Times. He's going to become a serious actor, so he's taken a role on the Waltons next season. Yeah. That's right. He's going to be the Waltons' new hired hand. And Boy is the guy's name. Yeah. Anybody see the Waltons Thursday night? I think it's a great show. Anybody? Well, for those of you who may have missed it, what happened Thursday night? The Depression had just about ended, and the family, after years and years of scrimping, had finally saved up enough money to have that silly-looking thing removed from John Boy's face. What a... Thank you, folks. Good night.
Our thanks to David Letterman. Parliament will be blasting off when Rock Concert continues.